very excited to start this week's video because I'll finally make a start on making some autumnal fall projects. So if you haven't watched my last video where I share all of my ideas, then I would obviously recommend checking that one out first. But I spoke about the Lovecraft's like granny square scarf that I've been wanting to make for the last 2 years, I want to say. So I ordered this yarn. It is the Amigo 100% acrylic. It's really chunky, so I think this project will be done fairly quickly. Well, hopefully anyways. And then the other project I might be working on and off with the crochet scarf is this jumper, which I started a couple of weeks ago now. So originally I was going to make a vest, but I very quickly realized that it was too small for a vest, so I decided to make it into a jumper because I don't mind having a slightly tighter jumper, but if I make a vest I'd want it to be a lot more oversized. I'll show you the yarn I'm using for that as well. For that I'm using the Stylecraft acrylic yarn. Well, this one is 100% acrylic, and then this one is a acrylic and wool blend. And then there's another jumper I'm gonna make this week, but I'm gonna show you maybe once I've made some progress with these two projects because I don't like having too much on the go. It stresses me out. I was off all of this week. I was on holiday because it was my birthday. I'm going back to work tomorrow and I am very much getting the Sunday scaries today. So I'm trying to do everything to relax and not let the fear of my daily routine, you know, get to me. Good morning. It's been a couple of days. I was at work the last 2 days, so I am back at home and I'm gonna do some more knitting and crocheting. I'm a little bit stressed out at the moment. I feel like I have so much on my plate. Like, it's all good things, but I find it very overwhelming in a way. I'll be releasing my Scooty pattern next month and loads of people keep asking about it, which is so nice and I'm so grateful, but it's just a little bit overwhelming. I want to just get ahead of all of this stress and not let it overwhelm me, because the natural progression for me when this happens is just a little bit of burnout, and I get so demotivated, which is, I don't want that to happen. I've been in such a good like motivational space. I've been making loads of projects. Obviously I'm making this video just so I can share all the different things that I want to make. I used to really think that this stress would fuel me, but that is not the case. I've learned my lesson. There's sort of a balance that I want to strive for, where I'm motivated and I'm excited without putting extreme pressure on myself, because that pressure isn't from anyone external. It's just from me setting unrealistic deadlines and goals, really. And I don't want to do that anymore. So for the last week or so, I've been using Magic Mind, which is a mental performance shot that enhances mood, motivation, and focus, whilst also reducing stress and anxiety. You can find out loads about the ingredients that they use on their website. I'll leave a link down below. But essentially what I love about this is that it works just like your daily vitamins. So this is basically just an addition to my morning routine, or I can take it any time of the day, and I literally just take it as a shot. The brand actually reached out to me and sent me a box to try these ahead of sponsoring this video, because they say that some of these ingredients take 3 to 4 days to kind of show the effect, which is actually a lot quicker than sort of vitamin supplements that I've taken before. Like I said, this honestly couldn't have come at a better time, and they very kindly provided me with a discount code for all of you if you feel like you could also benefit from using Magic Mind. So if you follow the link in my description box, or you use the code PaulaAvacam20, you can get up to 48% of your first subscription, which is such a great deal. Thank you again so much, Magic Mind, for sponsoring this video. I'm gonna take my shot now, and then we can actually get to working on some of my projects. Cheers. All right, I'm making pretty good progress. I've made 4 rows of each color. This is like double rowed, if that makes sense. But it's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna move on to the knit jumper, just to change up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit bored of this. So it's been a few days since I last worked on this. I'm pretty sure that I put this on hold because I didn't have smaller needles with me and I wanted to go down in size to do the ribbing. So I made a start on this sleeve instead. I'm gonna match it up to the length of this one and then do the ribbing for the cuffs and then reattach on here to the cuffs for that as well. And then this is pretty much done. I think this, as well as the scarf, are really going to benefit from a block and a steam process because they're acrylic yarn. The finished product is going to look completely different than it is right now. Like, this is really going to relax. The scarf as well feels really tight. Like, you can see how this isn't folding very nicely. But like I said, if I block this, it's going to completely change. So yeah, I'm just going to sit back and do a little bit of knitting on this, and maybe I'm able to finish this today. That would be very exciting. So I've already finished the scarf. To be honest, there wasn't really much I could show you because it literally just repeats itself, as you can see. So I kind of ended up doing some of the granny squares, attaching it, and then just making more until now. I'm pretty happy with the length. The only thing is, it is quite stiff now, so it definitely needs to be blocked. Like, it doesn't really wrap that nicely. So I'm gonna block it, and as it's been blocked and as it's drying, I'm gonna finish the cuffs on the other jumper as well. But I do really like this. I think the colours are really cute. I just hope it softens. Usually acrylic just needs to be blocked to fall a bit nicer, and obviously the granny stitch and stuff does hold a lot of tension as well. The scarf is all blocked and it's much softer, so I'll show you that in a second. But essentially what I need to do is cast this back on. I completely forgot what needles I used. Oh, it's these needles. So I'm gonna cast them back on. I think I don't want the cuff to be super tight, so I'm not gonna like knit together too many stitches, but I'll probably knit together maybe every other stitch just to, you know, create a bit more tension on there, I guess. It feels ironic because I think I've kind of gotten ahead of all my autumnal and winter knits by doing them the last sort of couple of weeks, thinking that I would get really cold, because the week that I was off for my birthday started to get kind of cold and more grey. It's been like 22 degrees the last like few days, so I think maybe that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been wanting to work on these projects. It's just because it's so hot. Like right now I am sweating, but I think I'm gonna thank myself in like a few weeks time when I've got all of these projects to keep me warm. All right, we got there in the end. It is all finished. I realised that on this cuff, I made the Italian cast off way too tight, so it's not even stretchy. I tried not to do it on the second one, and this is way better. I'm just gonna leave it. I literally CBA to undo the other one. I've not actually tried it on in a long time. Let's see how it looks. It feels pretty good. Can't really see any of my glasses. Oh yeah, no, it feels pretty good. It's quite cropped, but I wanna say it will fall quite nicely. I like the arms. They're a lot chunkier and like wider than I thought they'd be. I was a bit worried that they'd be too tight under here. They're just perfect. Like, this is quite a cute little jumper. Yeah, I'm gonna block it. So I'm gonna go from this to it being blocked so you can see the difference. So cue the transition. It is all blocked. I hope you can see somewhat of a difference. I can definitely feel it. It feels so much more relaxed, especially around the wrists and where it hits here. It's obviously more of a cropped, like tighter, it's not tight, but like more of a cropped, like slim fit jumper. I really like that. I don't have a lot that fit like this, and I don't know, it just feels really good. I did like a wet block and let it dry, and then I very gently steamed it, especially around the seams here on the sides, and then a little bit over here as well, the sleeves, just so everything droops. Whenever I steam now, especially with acrylic, I try and be super careful and only hover over the piece very briefly, because otherwise the stitches will droop so much more than I want them to. This is the perfect amount. I'm so happy. This is so cool. The colours are perfect. I'm so gonna wear this out. This just feels like, I don't know, a really good staple for my wardrobe. I slayed, I can't lie. Hello, good day. Don't mind me, I've not got any makeup on. I don't think I've even brushed my hair today. I should probably do that, but it's Sunday and I want to run you through my last or final project for this video anyways. There's loads more things I want to do, but I need to wrap this up eventually. And I have actually already started it, but I still wanted to run you through before I show you. In my inspo video, I spoke about how I really want to make a cardigan for myself and I want to do garter stitch. So I'm combining those two into one thing. The yarn that I'm working with is Hobby Friends yarn. They did send me this yarn to create some TikTok content, so I didn't pay for this myself, but I did choose it. I'm also gonna use this kid silk, so I'm gonna be holding it double with 2 strands of the kid silk and 1 strand of the wool. And I did really plan this out, so let me run you through it. Obviously, like I said, I wanted the garter stitch to add some texture, so my plan was to kind of, as and when I was changing the stripe pattern, to create the like garter stitch. So instead of knitting all stockinette, I'm gonna like interrupt, well, depending on which side I'm changing the colour, but I would interrupt the pattern to create like a garter stitch. Then I was also looking at lots of inspo for the stripe because I didn't want it to be like too basic. There was so many different options, so much inspo, kind of like alternating between thicker and thinner, but I thought I would have to like settle for something. So once I picked the colours of the yarn, I kind of figured out later on, but yeah, this was kind of like the inspo for the stripes. And then I did also think about the shape, like whether I would do raglan, whether I do it like, you know, boxy, but I am a massive fan of raglan at the moment. I just think it's so fun. So I've decided for like a raglan shape like that, and then I would add on the collar. Here's just a more like stripy colour inspo. The theme for this is very like monotone, so I went with colours to do with the same coloured tones. This is just some other inspo that I loved. Very cool. Like I said, I have already made a start on this, and originally I cast on the collar. I just couldn't really figure it out, so I decided to just attach it later on, and this is currently where I'm at. So you can see here the raglan pattern, and what I want to do when I attach the collar is I want to do a 2x2 ribbing for the collar, and I want this here to seamlessly blend into the 2 knit rib, if that makes sense, so the raglan seamlessly fits in. The garter stitch looks so cool with the raglan because it kind of like sits behind, like it feels very 3-dimensional. I think as I knit more, it'll probably become a bit more obvious. So yeah, I'm very excited to work on this. I'm very much getting the Sunday feels today. It's a bit grey out there as well, so I'm gonna head on over to the sofa and just chill out and do some knitting. I really want to watch Paddington 2. It's like one of my favourite films. I love the Paddington films. Hopefully, if I source all the bits properly, I want to go as Paddington for Halloween. I think that could be really fun. I got these red Hunter wellies on Vinted. They're not in great condition, but they were like cheap enough that I thought they would be worth the costume. Then I've got like a cargo skirt that I'm gonna wear, and then I want to get like a nice collared, like short but flared out peak coat. I've wanted one for this like autumn season anyway, so I'll actually get some wear out of that. I haven't found the perfect one yet, but there's so many out there in Vinted that I'm sure I'll find one. I'm currently eyeing up this one, but I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna get it yet. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm gonna wear under the coat. I think I could get away with wearing the coat just because it's going to be cold at the end of October. But then I'm also going to get like a red bucket hat, and then also I'm going to get a little wicker basket. I'm going to put some jam in it, and then that'll be my bag. So cute. Like a lot of the things, like the pea coat and the wicker basket, I wanted that anyway, so I think that'd be such a cute little outfit. So yeah, I might watch that film to just get some inspiration and crack on with the raglan. I think I've been working on this for the last 2 hours, and I just realised that I cast on the wrong size needle. I'm pretty sure I started this with an 8mm. Like this is a lot looser up here, but I've been knitting with a 6mm, and this seems a lot tighter. The difference isn't crazy, but there is a difference, and I just don't know whether to undo it all and start again with an 8mm. It just feels very painful, but I think I might have to. I'm gonna have to undo it. I don't know if it's gonna bother me later on when it's all finished, and I'm gonna wish that I had changed the needle size. And also, if I change the needle size now, like if I now go back to an 8mm, is that not gonna be really obvious? Really don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna undo it just to make sure. And I think also when I redo it, originally I thought I wanted this row to not have the garter stitch, but I think for this row I'm also going to integrate the garter stitch when I redo it. I haven't done it here, but I don't think that should be too obvious. So yeah, I'm gonna go back. This is incredibly frustrating, but I think it's worth taking the time to just redo. I started the ribbing. I just need to cast it off. I was gonna look up how to cast this off in a stretchy way, just because I did like a 2x2 ribbing rather than 1x1, which I would have just done like an Italian cast off. I don't know if that's gonna work. I put my sleeves on these like stitch placements. I don't rate these at all because I can't really try them on, so I'm gonna just swap the sleeves over to some yarn, because then I'll actually be able to try it on and show you guys. Okay, let's try it on. I think this is a really good fit actually. The length is perfect. I wasn't too sure whether I made it too short or not. But this is so cute. Oh my god. I'm actually obsessed. This is the cutest thing ever. I went for like a semi-stretchy bind off because I did want a little bit of scrunch at the bottom, but this is pretty good. I really like the 2x2 as well. I wasn't too sure. Okay, we actually have a big problem because I did the maths wrong for the yarn. I need to order more yarn because essentially, obviously I was holding the kid silk double and then one strand of this. Actually, when I requested the yarn, I think I was planning to only use one strand, so I didn't order enough of this to be held double, which I should have just checked. So I have no more, well, this is all I have left for these 2 bits of wool. So I need to order more, which is gonna take a while to arrive. So I'm gonna knit as much as I can, and then once I can't knit anymore with the yarn that I have, I'm gonna figure out how much more I need to order, and then I'll probably have to show you the end result in the next video, which is very unfortunate. But I'm gonna continue knitting and I'll show you where I get up to, and then we can figure out how much more yarn I need to order. Yeah, that's the plan. Now I've done the ribbing around here, so where the buttonholes will go, and I've started the other sides and I've made some buttonholes, but I have now officially run out of the grey mohair yarn, so without that I can't even continue the arms either. So yeah, I need to figure out how much I need to order. I'll probably order a bit more just to be on the safe side. Let me quickly show you the scarf because I haven't yet. Like I said, this has relaxed so much more since I blocked it, and yeah, it just drapes really nicely now. All that tightness from the acrylic is gone and I love it. It's such a nice bit of colour that I can't wait to style and wear. Like I said, I'll obviously be making a few more projects for like the autumn, beginning of winter time. I'll definitely do like a vlog slash styling video when I've like accumulated quite a lot of things, so I can show you how I actually wear them out and about. But yeah, this, I can't wait for it to get cold enough. I don't think it's quite cold enough yet, but this will be the perfect little scarf for that. My motivation is still peaking. Like, there's so many more projects that I want to do. Don't forget to check out Magic Mind using the link magicmind.com/PaulaAvercamp. I'll also obviously put the link in the description. Alternatively, use the code PaulaAvercamp20 to get 48% off your first subscription. Thanks again so much for Magic Mind for sponsoring this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time for some more exciting autumnal projects. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.